intensify so that our challenges are addressed. 2, the Senior Nyobongi Road, right honorable Speaker. Our learners, some of them learn from Obongi side. The Senior Road is cut off. Therefore, many learners are not going to school. Can government prioritize this road?
Thank you.
Lastly, right honorable Speaker, the Honourable Minister promised to decentralize the regional mechanical workshops. I agree. But before we do that, can the Honourable Minister bring a report on the status of these workshops so that we jointly provide remedies or recommendations on how to make them more active, especially the one for Gulu? Thank you so much, right honorable Speaker.
Christine.
Thank you so much, the Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity. The Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank the Honourable Minister, General Katumba, because he's a very hard-working minister and he's doing a lot, despite the fact that he is facing challenges of finance. That I know because I sit on fiscal infrastructure, Honourable.
And he's a hands-on.
Yes, that one I can confirm. I'm pleased with the information on Mitiana Mubende, because that's my way to Ntoroko, then Chiegegwa to Chienjojo. But Honorable Minister, we are forgetting Fort Potron, Ntoroko, Bundujo. That is a very critical road, and you know when you're entering Bundujo, there is a section that caged in. There is a big problem. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, we have this critical oil road, Karugutu Ntoroko, a link to Rebsengo. It has been in your budget since 2016. How many years now? Recently, I got a communication that there was a contract that was signed in 2023. Yes, AFCON. Up to now, we are not seeing something happening. I think the Minister of Finance should tell us, because they told us that you are with those documents. Because Solicitor General cleared, it's now under the Minister of Finance to clear terms of financing the road. We wanted to get the update from the Minister. How far have you gone? Because the road being in the budget since 2016 is so disturbing the Right Honourable. I want to thank you.
Thank you, Christine Seongo.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I concur with you that not all that is needed on the roads concerns money. Some issues, especially the challenges with that we had in his report, were on the recurring climate change issues. And Right Honourable Speaker, we have not been updated on the adaptive engineering proposals. We cannot keep lamenting year after year which engineering designs have been put in place to ensure that the roads that will be constructed at least can stay for some time. Right Honourable Speaker, my road is number 24 under your guidance, the Busunju Hoima Road. The people were well compensated, but the issue of land titles, somebody cannot wait for a land title for 10 years and it has never been brought back to them. These are the land titles people have been using for collateral to receive school fees for their children. Who has the land titles? Is it the Ministry of Works? Is it the Ministry of Lands? Who is taking that lot of time without removing their portions? Right Honourable Speaker, it is too much on our people, and they are almost bringing a petition to you, a group of people along Busunju Hoima Road, whose land titles have missed for over 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Sewongo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me to thank General Katumba Wamala. Sincerely, he knows all the roads of CAF, but the issue is about money. And Madam Speaker, some of us come from smaller districts. General Katumba, Kalungu district, our main road is less than 65 kilometers from Bukalasa to Rwabenge. And you talked of a bridge, Katonga Bridge. Katonga Bridge has 2 areas which broke. The bridge in Rwabenge, there's no work going on. Honourable Minister, let me inform you, you are writing and the Speaker has given some time. Madam Speaker, what I was telling the Minister, some of us come from smaller districts. My district has the main road of the district is less than 65 kilometers from where it starts from Bukalasa Seminary to Rwabenge, that is the sub-county. But for us, we are not anywhere in any DP. We are not known. But we have a bridge, Katonga Bridge, which broke, but which was connecting between Gomba and Masaka, and a very useful road. But that bridge has not been worked on. Lastly, Madam Honourable Minister, when you talk about a station being active to members of parliament, it's a mere member of parliament calling the station manager about the broken roads, and he comes and works, he carries out routine maintenance. Failure of that, there is nothing going on. We've called the Minister of Works several times. He says he has no money. I know you are doing a good job. As a minister, you have to do collective responsibility. But as a parliament, Madam Speaker, we must push money to this ministry.
Thank you.
We need to push money. We must give you money to work on your roads. Thank you.
Apio. Masaka.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, over the past year, it was severally stated by the government through the Honourable Minister that the Ayer Bobby Road that passes through my constituency of Oyam County North would be constructed, would be paved, would be tarmacked in preparation for the hosting of the AFCON Games. To date, we've not seen any signs, and I would like to request the Honourable Minister to please clarify if we are going to have it still tarmacked. And then secondly, Honourable Minister, directly to you, we have serious problems with all of the roads, the national roads and the local government roads, the roads under local government. My constituents and I are extending an invitation to you on a tour of our roads so that you and I and the rest of the constituents may have a conversation about this very important aspect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Masaka.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Is that Masaka City?
Masaka.
Kimanya. Okay, Kimanya.
Thank you, Right Honourable. My colleague comes from the rural, so. Right Honourable Speaker, about our capacity to maintain roads. We cannot maintain these roads unless we build capacity as government. Right Honourable Speaker, we are rolling out civil engineers from universities everywhere in this country. But when you go to Makerere, they don't have even a single equipment. They don't train on any equipment. We cannot maintain roads based on foreign maintenance contracts. We need to develop our capacity as a nation so that we can maintain our roads. Secondly, Mr. Minister of Works, why did you omit Masaka City from the National Railway Network? You have seen your master plan. You have networked all other cities. The rail goes to Mbalala and it does not come to Masaka. We are 89 kilometers from the border of Mutukula, which is another very important entry point for trade in this country. And you omitted us in your master plan. What is the problem?
Thank you, Nancy, Ngoma, Tony.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honourable Minister of Works, I would like to find out the status of the road from Kitgum to Ngomoromo via Padibe, because this road was also included in the World Bank project under refugee window. The people of Lamu have been yearning and waiting. Lamu being a border district bordering South Sudan, we are also the food basket for this country. And the road is really in a deploring stage. For so many years, we've been waiting for when the road is going to be done. Being aware that the government of Uganda is supposed to do the design, and the money for working on the road will be given by the World Bank. It will be very prudent for you to give us clarification, and also to add on what my honorable brother, Honorable Mapenduzi, stated, the road that also goes to Atiak via Palabek from Kitgum. Those are the two roads that when it is worked upon, the people of Lamu and East Acholi will really be very grateful. Thank you.
Iganga.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me also thank the Minister for the good work Alice is rendering the country. Madam Speaker, on 20th December 2020, the head of state, our president, a minister, came to Iganga and did launch the tamaking of Iganga, Walugogo, Luuka, Kamuli Road. The groundbreaking ceremony was done. Everyone got excited. In an hour, the road unit disappeared. To date, there's nothing, no drop of tarmac. 2020 December, on 20th, 2020. These are 5 years down the road. Madam Speaker, it is a season of politicking and electioneering. We are failing to explain to the 4 or 5 districts that use this road.
Thank you.
May I request? Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. To my good minister, personally, I'm very appreciative, Right Honorable Speaker. I called the minister and he called me to his office. As I talk now, they are making my roads almost road network in the municipality. The trucks are very busy doing the graders. They are doing a very good, commendable job for the 5 kilometers. But to remind you also, the president had promised us, as Honorable Mumba is saying, to me he had promised 5 kilometers. If we can make an addition on that, automatically I will come back to Parliament.
Panadol, you can smuggle.
Thank you, Honorable Panadol, for the information. Madam Speaker, one other road in Iganga that initially belonged to UNRA, this is Iganga, Nachigo to Bugweri. It is impassable as we talk. It's a Ministry of Works road. I also need an update.
Thank you.
On this, thank
Tony.
you.
Thank you, Right Honorable
We need
Speaker.
to get responses from the minister first.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members. I want to thank General Katumba, the Minister of Works and Transport. But, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to know from the Minister that one road that connects Kwania District Headquarters to Nyambieso Sub-County, where L Center 4 is being constructed. In the financial year 2023-24, under UNRA, a budget was put, work was not done. In the last financial year, 2024-25, a budget of 72 million shillings was put, but no work was done on this road. Now I want to know from the minister, what plan is there? Because the road is lying along Lake Kwania and it is flooded. 2, Right Honorable Speaker, the president had directed that ferry be put connecting Kwania to a Molatar district. But up to now, no action has been taken. I want to know from the minister, what plan is there for putting this ferry? And finally, Honorable Minister, the construction of Rekunye, Apache, Lira Kidgum Road is ongoing. But there are still persons affected who have not been compensated their monies, including myself. What plan is there and when are we going to have our money? I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Richard. Tom.
Procedure, Right Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, there's a procedure matter.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and members, last year, the Prime Minister did inform this House of the urgency to recall a ferry that was meant for Bosi Island to facilitate movement along Kaluma. Would it be procedural right that we get answers from the Minister
Richard?
on when the ferry will be released?
Don't smuggle in something.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in 2022, the President on his visit to Eastern Uganda had promised a number of roads, but I will be very specific. On the road from Bugema, which is in Mbale City, through Mbale District, to Usano, up to Bududa, Honorable Nambeshe's constituency. That road was supposed to be tarmacked, but it's not in this plan. However, Right Honorable Speaker, the biggest issue now is that for all these years, the road is has never received any maram on it. They simply grade, and given the volcanic soils that we have, and it is gone. May I get some update from the minister as to why the team has never put maram on the road?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Helen, Helen.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want also to appreciate the Minister, Honorable General Katumba Wamala, for the promise of Chegegwa-Chenjojo Road. Indeed, it has been a dead spot, and very many tourists have been scared to go to that side. The business community has been complaining on the same manner. But now, we also have other roads, for example, Chegegwa, Hapuyo, Kakumiro Road. That road is totally in a sorry state as we talk now. There are over 15 trucks parked, Chegegwa, Hapuyo Road, and that road is, it has been controlled by the station of, Fort Portal Station of UNRA, and it's no longer in action, and we're trying to call the engineers, they are not responding.
Thank you.
And they are saying they don't have finances, others are saying we are no longer there. So I would like to know, Right Honorable Speaker, through the Minister, how far will it go? Because the situation is alarming. Thank you.
Thank you. Helen Goretti.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And I also want to thank the Minister for giving us the report and for being a brilliant man. No wonder he comes from Sese Islands, Madam Speaker. On page 418, there is what my brother, Honorable Okeo, talked about, the multinational Lake Victoria Maritime Communication and Transport Project. Communication, Madam Speaker, is about rescue centers and rescue boats. Government has so far bought rescue boats. The rescue centers have not yet been constructed. One in Misonzi, in my area, Kalangala, the contractor was withdrawn. He was not given the contract because he failed. I would like to know from the Minister how far you are with getting another contractor to construct the rescue center in Misonzi. And then, Madam Speaker, why do we want to have rescue centers? It is because we want to rescue our people from accidents on the lake. Unfortunately, we are not looking at marking dangerous spots on the lake. You one time guided that I talked to the Minister about it. I did, but nothing has yet been done. We need to find a solution. If we want to remove this problem, my apologies. The solution, the solution, the Honorable Minister, is for us to mark the dangerous spots on Lake Victoria to avoid getting these accidents. Also, Madam Speaker, we need to survey the lake. Lake Victoria was last surveyed in 1955. If we don't do this, accidents are going to happen. We shall have the rescue centers. They are going to rescue dead bodies. So we need to have the rescue centers, but also survey the lake to ensure we don't get the accidents. I thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Correct.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. It's unfortunate that the Noble Minister of Finance is not around. The statement from the Honourable Katumba Wamala to this House was...
your issues will be solved. At least it's not your size mate.
Right Honourable Speaker, we are speaking about funding of the budget for the Ministry of Works. And in his statement, the President said that leaders should stop stretching Uganda's limited funds. And we are here speaking about a budget that was allocated to the Ministry of Works, but funds have not been released. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, I do agree that we all have requests from different parts of the country. Honourable Katumba Wamala is aware that Chabakuza Matete Road has remained an unfunded priority for the last 40 years. And every time he tells us that we shall have that in the budget. However, Right Honourable Speaker, the Minister was very clear. he stated the strategic recommendations and priority areas. He was clear and said that we should allocate dedicated funds for payment of arrears. We need 1.1 trillion. Number 2, we want money to be allocated or ring-fenced for periodic maintenance. We want 850 billion. The other area is we want money to be allocated for acquisition of land compensation. So we are here for money. We are not here to lament. So what the Minister of Finance should tell us is, when are we getting the money? Honorable colleagues, we are going to lament. The issue is the money, the right of the Minister wrote a statement here and said, I don't have money. We have continued to lament. So Mr. Musas and his company, where is the money? We want money to have these works executed as soon as possible.
Which company? Minister of Finance. Maybe.
Madam Speaker, should I go ahead and respond?
Yes.
Thank you.
To all what has been raised.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honorable members. I highly appreciate your concerns and also observations. I will try to respond to most of the issues raised. Those which I will not be able to respond to today, I'll ensure that I respond to them in writing. There was the issue.
The leader of opposition wants to give a rejoinder before. Honorable members, before we hear from leader of opposition, we have pupils and teachers from Chankwansi Trust Primary School. Chankwansi District, they are represented by Honorable Sendaola Christine and Honorable Binji Patrick. You're all welcome. Thank you for coming. Yes.
Madam Speaker, mine is a quick one to the Minister. That would require to review that directive by the President on the way the 3.7 trillion has been distributed or rather allocated to the roads. Madam Speaker, the President was very unequivocally categorical when he mentioned the road from Mukono. It is the road from Mukono, Rugazi, Jinja. And therefore it leaves the whole of eastern Uganda missing out on this allocation of the 3.7 trillion. And that raises serious concerns, Madam Speaker, because I've received numerous calls, because the President brought it out very clearly. Western Uganda is a beneficiary. Central is a beneficiary. Northern Uganda equally that. Doesn't this horribly go in breach against the national objectives and directive principles of state policy, Roman 12, which clearly states on balanced and equitable development, that the government should ensure in the allocation of the budget or resources a balanced and equitable development, or rather sharing out of the resource. That is a serious concern, Madam Speaker. Secondly, the issue of the false hopes. Let me not call them false hopes, because I trust you, I have interacted with you, and you have promised this time round that they will do the Sachura Road. You are soon, or rather you have already procured a contractor. But what would have required your ministry, which is managing the National Roads Maintenance Program, and it covers both paved and unpaved roads. This road has had a very important bridge to Bududa, which has cut off access to Bududa Hospital from the people from Kenya, Namisindwa, Manafa, and the other side of Mbale. Up to now, we expected, after you made another promise which has never been honored, to have had an emergency operation, at least to have that bridge fixed. It was through your colleague. It was not you who made that pledge. Could you please consider it as an emergency that requires urgent intervention because the hospital is can no longer be accessed. Thank you very much, Right Honorable.
Thank you. Maybe I also want to refer the Honorable Loeb to page 310 on integrated transport infrastructure and services. It does not only refer to roads, it also looks at the standard gauge railway and then the meter gauge railway. The standard gauge railway and meter gauge all pass in the east. Tororo, Mbale, Soroti, Elera, all in the east. Kagwara, no, let's not be mean to the country. Let's not be mean. All these are in the east. Yes?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
As leaders, let's represent all the people of this country.
Yes, thank you very much. Right Honorable Speaker, let me correct that impression that the road is going to end in Jinja. No. That road, as I said, is our artery. It's the aorta of this country. It goes up to Malaba. And it's going to be joined by the road, which, of course, the rehabilitation of the road from Kamdini, Lira, Soroti, Mbale to Tororo. So you can see the whole network will be linked. Remember also, we are also rehabilitating the railway line from Tororo. So far they have reached Soroti, the old meter gauge, and it's heading to Gulu. The railway line from Kampala to Malaba is already functional. The standard gauge will soon be started as soon as the contractor finishes the mobilization and siting his camps for the works to start. So we are addressing the whole country. Now, the issue of liabilities from UNRWA, yes, I agree. When you inherit liabilities and assets. There are some liabilities we inherited. Among them was the issue of compensation of the PAPs, and I think somebody also raised the issue of the land titles. The issue of the PAPs, the compensation is still very big, as has already been observed by the Honourable Member, but we are going to try. Our idea and our decision is that we focus compensation now mainly on projects where we have contractors so that they don't charge for idle equipment. These include the Nakauka complex, these include the Kiramatuga and those other areas. Renkunya patch, we already have contractors. So we are going to concentrate the compensation there so that we have the contractors being able to move. The land titles. I've already instructed our land acquisition team to get all the land titles which they have on project by project. And very soon, we are going to be handing back these land titles after surveying of what is required for us on our projects. So it has been unfair for us to hold land titles for more than even 10 years, because then you deny the owner the use of his land and the rest. Kitugum, Karenga, Kidepo. Yes, the Kitugum, Karenga, Kidepo, we already signed the contract with and it was already being funded by UKF. The only challenge which we had was the condition, the precondition, that we must confirm that we have 5% as government contribution. That has now been confirmed. It's in this year's budget. So the Kitugum, Orom, Karenga, Kidepo will start. The issue of the compensation for the PAPs, we also have the money in this year's budget once we start the releases. The first quarter was not so good, but we have been assured by finance that second quarter will be better. So hopefully we shall start compensating the people. Guru Lamo Kitugum, was it Guru Lamo? Guru Lamo? Which one is that one?
Honorable Minister, this road runs from Gulo via Pateko to Lamour and goes to Kitpo.
Pararo.
Yes, Pararo.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Now, that one is going to be done when we are doing Atiak, Pararo, Parabek, Kitugum. So we shall do that Gulu to Patiko to Pararo to join. That road is under the refugee project by the World Bank. The World Bank wanted to check whether we are going to effectively do the Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road under the refugee project. And if we do that well, then they'll be able to fund this project. So this is what we are doing. I know that the Gulu Patiko Pararo is not even accessible, but I've instructed my Gulu team to have that road opened up. Yeah.
Honorable Minister, just to give you information, that Atiak Road, I passed there one night. It is terribly terrible. You should start from there.
Thank you.
Atiak.
Thank you.
UPDF was using that road to go to South Sudan to deliver peace there.
Yeah.
The road is very bad. Very bad.
That's the one I said that the Guru Atiak Nimule will be under reconstruction because it has deteriorated. Now that one I will also answer it with the road from Kitugum Parabek to Ngomoromo. Kitugum Parabek to Ngomoromo. That road to Ngomoromo, yes. That road is also under the refugee project. But because of the trade between Parabek, Kitugum and Ngomoromo and the South Sudan, we are trying to maintain it so far using our own resources. Moroto, Roktanyara, yes, Moroto, Roktanyara is about 85-90% ready. We are only left with a very small stretch to finish, but the compensation is lagging behind. And as I said, if we get the money in the budget, we shall go and compensate. Now, the stretch of Nandugate to Moroto, that stretch has actually, I'll tell you, it has been a disappointment because it failed before the time of the road, Nandugate to Moroto. But we have already got the team, the company, which is China Railway 3, doing Moroto Roktanyara. We have contracted them to tour and treat the Nandugate Moroto stretch, and we think that will be done. Moroto Rokirinyama on the border, that one is a Maram Road. We should be able to do it using our own resources. The challenge is, of course, as I said, is resources, but we know the roads. Masindi Guru portals, those were filled by our people. Masindi Biso, we owe the contractor, China Railway 7, we owe them 111 billion. It was in my report. So we need to pay that contractor, then he finishes the road. Koboko Yumbe Moyo Police, I've talked to the Minister of Internal Affairs. I think that will be addressed. Laropi Ferry and Laropi Bridge. Laropi Bridge, we have finished the design. It has been approved by an independent consultant, and the bank is willing to fund. So we are now in the final negotiations to fund the Laropi Bridge, and then we shall remove the ferry, and possibly we'll take it down to Obongi, where we have a challenge with the Obongi ferry. But talking about the ferries, we are actually in advanced stages to do detailed and comprehensive rehabilitation of the ferries. Most of them are not doing very well, but we are going to rehabilitate them. This will answer the Busi Ferry. Busi Ferry has been doing some work under the bridge of Pakwach, because Pakwach Bridge was being threatened by the floating island. So we had to take the Busi Bridge there. But I'm in talks with the Busi team. We are now finalizing the landing site, hopefully soon, and the ferry will come back. Katine Ochero, we had more or less moved to final stage. Then we got a whistleblower. And when a whistleblower comes in, the bank stops everything. The company which had been selected had issues. So the bank stopped the process. The bank advised that we re-advertise and get new contractors. So that has been done. We are going through the selection process. However, the bank has a system that for every stage they must get an objection from their headquarters, and that has delayed somehow. Okay, but I think it's now on right course. So Katino Chero will soon be. So, it was this compensation where roads Nyakambu, Nyakavirizi, Nsika, with the Spat Kabohe. Yes, the compensation of these people has not yet been done, but we need about 29 billion. This is what I told the Minister of Finance. That if we get 29 billion, we can start the compensation, and then we acquire some land for the contractor to start as we get more money. Of course, as I said in my report, compensation is one of the biggest challenges we get on the project. That one I've already answered. Maritime, yes, we are actually putting an eye on maritime transport. We are not neglecting it. We have rehabilitated MV Pamba. Now it is plying between Port Bell, Mwanza, and Kisumu. MV Kawa, which was also grounded, is now about 85% ready, and we hope that by the month of September it will be back sailing. There is a private player who has also put a big ferry on the waters of Lake Victoria called Impungu. It can take 20 trailers. It's a drive on and drive off. You can put on 20 trailers of cargo and it moves up to the other side. We are cognizant of the fact that Tanzania is aggressively developing the standard gauge, and very soon it will be in Mwanza. And so traders may actually be moving toward using that corridor. So we must be able to evacuate the cargo if dropped at Mwanza. So we are developing that capacity within the URC. Of course, URC is still challenged with the low funding, no funding actually. They are just struggling. We have a project under the African Development Bank. It's moving very slow, but we'll be moving. Busongora, Nyakaringijo. Yes, this is a national road. We can't tarmac it as of now, but I'll make sure we maintain it. Kumi, Serere, Kagwara. This project is under the Islamic Development Bank. I think we have done mostly everything has been done. The Islamic Development Bank is in talks with the Minister of Finance, I think, to finalize the financing terms. One of the new issues which the bank is bringing up is that they want to pay everything, including land compensation, so that we don't waste time getting counterpart funding, but we get it as a package. And I think that's a matter which finance is still discussing to see how practical that will be. But otherwise, we are ready for the Kumi, Serere, Kagwara. And this one will also be picked up by the BKK, Bukungu, Kagwara, Kamuri, the two ferries. They should be ready by October. We hope. What has delayed them was the landing sites, because the contractor who had been contracted lacked money and deserted the landing site construction. But hopefully we shall be able to finish that. Kyabakuza Matete. No. Kalungo, we know about Kalungo, and I know
Honorable
about...
Minister, go by what you have
Yes,
written.
ma'am.
Don't allow these people.
Kitigum, Matidi, Wal, Karongo. Wall. Yes, that road is a big challenge. And as it slopes down in Kalongo, the terrain is very challenging, and I know the district cannot manage. So we shall ensure that Kitgum Station addresses that issue of Kitgum Wal Karong. Pajule Pade Patong, under the project which we are doing now, Renkunye Apach Lira Puranga, on the section of Puranga Acholibu, we are going to have a loop of to Padel district through Pajule. So that will address the Pajule issue and some tarmac into Padel. Padel is just like Karungu. There is no tarmac in Padel. It's just like Karungu. The tarmac goes like this and goes, but we'll get there. Obongi Ferry Obong Ferry is not in a very good state. True. We need to have a full rehabilitation of the Obong Ferry. But hopefully when we start the construction of the Laropi Bridge, we shall relieve that more serviceable ferry and bring it downwards. Yes. Kochigoma, the bridge that was under Dr. Deep, that Dr. Deep is under Prime Minister's office. So I cannot respond on that. Kotido, Abim, Otuke, Lira. This is Lira, Otuke, Abim to Kotido. This is the road which is in NDP4. Through Achanpi. Well, we'll see whether we go through Achanpi or we first go to Kotido, to Abim, through Lira. But otherwise, we may eventually to go to Achanpi and then down into Soroti. Kotido Moroto Kabong. This project is a tourism project. Already the contractor, Kodrosi, who did the Entebbe Expressway, is in discussions with the Minister of Finance to pre-finance the project, all the way from Moroto, Kotido, Kabong to Karenga, and up to Kidepo. What are the challenges of the station in Moyo? I don't think they have a lot of challenges. The challenges have been delay to enable them to work, but that one we are resolving. The station managers who are out there are very, very industrious. They want to work. So once we solve this issue of them being allowed to operate the accounts, I think you'll see a difference. Karugutu Ntoroko. Karugutu Ntoroko, there is already a contractor, AFCON, who is supposed to do that road. It has taken a while because I think, again, of funding mechanism. But this is an oil road. It's package 4 of the oil road. It's going to be done soon because we are doing Dusali and Konge now to Megere, to Sembabule. So when we do that, AFCON will also come and do Karugutu Ntoroko. And so the maintenance of Fort Portal of Undibujo is critical because that's the only route which the people of Undibujo have. So we have also Kodrosi on that route to do maintenance, framework contract for maintenance up to Lamia. What are the adaptive engineering technologies which we are adopting to ensure that our roads survive the vagaries of nature? These are investigations these are things which we do most of the time. All our projects, 90% of them, we must have the ESHA, Environment Social Impact Assessments, done. And through that, we ensure that the roads we are doing are resilient to the environmental changes. Of course, it's a big challenge because, as you can see, it is unpredictable. I think you saw what happened in Texas recently. Within 45 minutes, things had changed. But we have ESHA in all the projects which we do. Mr. Honorable Sewungu, yes, your road, I can assure you, if I can bet with you that we can go and you see the progress of the bridge on Upper Katonga. It's being done by a company called Rodo. And even as I live here, I can give you their contact and you check with them. They have done some work. They have now put the pillars. They are now doing the box culverts for relief. So the two bridges are being done concurrently. The bridge downstream and the bridge upstream. The tarmacking may come later. The tarmacking may come later. Bobby, Icheme, Kona Boke, Kona Yel. That road is under the AFCON project. Where is the lady, somebody, honorable member? Yes. It's under the AFCON project, and we hope to do it together with the Guru Airport, which is going to be expanded. Because AFCON, they're planning to use Akibwa Stadium, which is being done. And we think that if they land in Guru, they can drive shortly through Bobik, Icheme, and Konaboke to Lira. It will be a faster movement. Training of operators and maintenance team. Honorable Speaker and members, we have established a training center, again with the assistance of JICA and the Japan's government at Luero, and the center is called METRAC. This is where we are going to train operators and maintenance teams for our machines, because it will be useless for us to keep buying machines if we can't maintain them properly. They will not last. So we have that being done, and we are also working with the National Council of Higher Education so that the people trained there can have certified certificates and they can be able to work anywhere within the East Africa. Kitugum Parabaik Ngomoromo, I talked about that. Iganga, Blopa, Luka, yes. The contractor who has now been identified for that road is Arab contractors. The one who did Tirinyi, Palisa, Kumi, and Kamonkoli. So it's going to be on site by the end of September. He will be on site to start setting. So this time, the equipment will not walk away. The railway to Masaka, good thought. I think we'll think about. There are a number of things I've been thinking about how to link Masaka, including developing ports like Bukakata Port and the Lambu Port. Yes. Yeah. And the bridge to Karangala. Yes. I've not yet promised that, but it's something we are investigating. Yeah. Chegegwa, Hapuyo, Kakumiro. Yes. This is the road which is commonly known as the Liberation Road. It starts all the way from Kazo to Kabogole, Chegegwa, through Hapuyo to Kakumiro, up to Kisita. Yes, it has been earmarked for tarmacking, but I'm not sure whether we shall be able to do it in NDP4. But we are going to maintain it as good maram. Yeah. Rescue centers. Rescue centers, yes, we have established the rescue centers. Misonzi, we had a challenge because I think there was over flooding and we couldn't put and when we got the contractor didn't measure up, and so we stopped him. We are re-engaging a new contractor. We had another site at Mwena, but we couldn't also work at Mwena because of the raising of the lake. But the rescue centers are now functional. I agree with you that we need to mark the lake, but we are having a project under East Africa because, as you know, appreciate, Lake Victoria is an East African facility. It's for Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So working with our partners, we have moved and also convinced the African Development Bank, which is supporting the rescue centers, that we need to start marking the lake, but also carry out a detailed survey and update of the lake to ensure that the lanes and lines are properly marked. The land titles, I've said the land titles, I've now instructed my team under the Ministry for Lands that they now put the land titles project by project. Identify them, for example, the land titles on Chivoga Road, the land titles on KJE, the land titles on Masaka Sembabule Road, so that we can hand them back to the owners. And we'll be communicating that. Luero, Butalangu, this road is progressing. It may be slow, but one of the challenges was, of course, land compensation. You know some of the challenges we had, even with some of the local judges who are refusing us access to land. So that issue, they are progressing, but Butalangu to Ngoma, that one is not within this NDP. But I know that we need to connect that. And I know that we need to connect Butalang to Kapeka to Kituma. But those connections are not within this NDP. But I can assure you that Luero to Butalangu will be finished. Right, Honorable Speaker, Chava Kuzamatete, we shall maintain. It was actually instructed that we have to do up to Mbirizi. We need to do that road because it's a shortcut to somebody going to Mbarara if you go through Sembabuli. But again, Omutaka, the challenge is the funding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, you're done?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I think Manibe to Terego, that is not yet. We are now doing Ure to Yumbe when we finish that, but it has also been flagged as an essential connection. So hopefully we'll be able to connect later on that one.
Honourable members, you've heard what the minister is
Right,
saying.
Honourable Speaker, I think I've covered quite enough of this. About the town roads in Buyinyi Town Council under Kapchorwa Swam, I'll double check. I don't know whether they were supposed to have been done, whether they were part of the project. I know the extra works was the 1 kilometer to the diocese headquarters. But otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, Kapchorwa Swam project is done. On the markets, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ojok, what is it?
Madam Speaker, we acknowledge that Moroto Road is in NDP 4, but then it is 4 years from now, and that bridge, or deck bridge, is a few rains away from being washed away. Our request is that there's maintenance of that road periodically. We're not saying that it's not in the plan, but it's too far away. Can the government maintain that road? That's our prayer.
Honourable Minister, maintenance of Moroto Road, bridge. Honourable.
Oh, okay. Gulu, Awel, Opit, Rachkoko, Patongut, Moroto, right? To Abim. That's the commonly known as the Moroto Road. I accept that it's not in a good state. It's not on plan yet for tarmacking, but we are going to maintain it as a good Maram Road. I make a commitment.
Especially the bridge. Thank you, Honourable Minister. Members, you've heard what the Minister said. Our work is now to make a follow-up on all what the Minister said and ensure that most of these roads are worked on. Next.
Item 6 on the order paper. Bill second reading. The Engineering Professionals Bill 2024.
Honourable members, you recall on 11th March 2025, the bill came for the second reading. The motion for second reading was moved and debate ensued. Various issues arose, key of which was that the bill, amongst others, seeks to regulate technology and engineers who are cadres of engineering profession. The interpretation clause of the bill groups graduate engineers together with the technicians who are usually non-graduates and defines all of them as engineering professions. The House noted that while the graduate engineers are regulated under Registration of Engineers Act, technicians and those in technology are regulated under the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Act 2025. This will inevitably create a conflict in regulation. The presiding officer then guided that the Attorney General studies and guides the House on the implication of the matter before the House can proceed on this bill. I will now invite the Attorney General to guide the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the matters as has been highlighted by the Right Honourable Speaker are correct. We have been having consultations between the Ministry of Works and also the Ministry of Education, which superintends over the TVET bill. We are looking to have one more meeting between the two to harmonize and then come back to you, Right Honourable Speaker. So we request for some more time to complete this harmonization. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, you may need to get this bill, since you brought it to the House, for you to go back and have it redrafted to harmonize it with the TVET Act. So you may need to withdraw this bill officially. Yes. Yes, Honourable Suman.
Right Honourable Speaker.
We'll wait for the harmonization first before you withdraw, where we find that it requires, or if you can, we can drop the other clauses, then that will be okay. So how much time do we give you? How much? Excuse me. How much time do we
Right
give you?
Honourable Speaker, we request for about 2-3 weeks because we have the meeting next week. We have the meeting next week for at the political level. Then we can give it the technical people. So if you give us 2-3 weeks, we'll finish the harmonization.
Okay, we'll give you 3 weeks. We'll give you 3 weeks to that. Yes.
Item 5 on the order paper. Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee on Government Assurance and Implementation on the status of implementation of the assurance to upgrade, rehabilitate, construct, and equip health facilities in local governments, install CT scans, oxygen plants, and ICU equipment in all regional referral hospitals.
Honourable members, this issue was on the order paper yesterday, and the Minister of Health was not in. Do we have the Minister of Health here?
Right Honourable Speaker, Honourable colleagues, again, we sincerely apologize for this, but we request that you give us one more opportunity to make sure that the Minister of Health is here, because even yesterday when this matter came up, we're all quite unable to really engage in this space. So if we request that we can ensure that someone from Ministry of Health is here tomorrow.
Yes,
Madam Speaker, the Minister of Health, one of them was here yesterday. And indeed, she had a lot of time conversing next to the iPad people. And I don't know whether it's procedure okay to have the Honourable Minister, who is more organized, like Honourable Chiriowa, the Attorney General, to come to plead for mercy of people who were here and did that. She sat even next to Honourable Akiki, Queen Dancer. I think Minister of Health is not taking us seriously. She was here, Madam Speaker, and this report has been on the paper since Tuesday. I think for us,
can we have the report presented?
Yes.
Then we debate when the Minister is here.
Most obliged, Madam
Is that
Speaker.
okay, Honourable Attorney General? Honourable Attorney General.
Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, I have had the opportunity of reading a bit of this report, and I think it is very important for the Ministry of Health to be here when this matter is being. So we request that you allow us to communicate to her today because the nature of what is being discussed here would require her attendance.
Thank you. Honourable members, we will have this item on the order paper of tomorrow. So can we have the minister tomorrow in the House? House adjourned to tomorrow.